Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our first council meeting of 2026, being January 13, 2026. I'll call this meeting to order.
Be it resolved that this regular meeting now open at 6:01 p.m. Thank you.
Move, and then just give me
Oh, yeah, sorry. Moved by Councillor Shane, seconded by Councillor Bujelli.
all in favor. Motion is carried. Is there any opening remarks from members of the council? Seeing none, moving on to the adoption of the agenda. Mr. Clerk.
Moved by Councillor McDonald, seconded by Deputy Mayor Densham. Be it resolved that the agenda be approved as presented.
Thank you. Any questions or omissions on? Seeing none, all in favor? Motion is carried. Is there any disclosure of pecuniary interest? Seeing none. We do not have any delegations, so moving to item 7.1, the adoption of minutes of our previous meeting.
Motion moved by Deputy Mayor Densham, seconded by Councillor McDonald. Be it resolved that the following minutes be approved as presented. Regular meeting, December 16th, 2025.
Again, any questions in regards to our previous meeting? Seeing none, all in favor? Motion is carried. Moving on to our adoption of minutes of our committees and local boards.
Moved by Councillor Shane, seconded by Councillor Bujelli, that the Council of the Township of North Stormont accept the following committee minutes as presented for information purposes. The South Nation Conservation Board of Directors meeting minutes from November 20th, 2025.
Thank you. Any questions or comments with the board meeting? Seeing none, all in favor? Thank you very much. Motion carried. Moving on to the receiving of our monthly staff report and recommendations.
Moved by Councillor McDonald, seconded by Deputy Mayor Densham. Be it resolved that the following monthly reports be received: bylaw enforcement, building, fire, recreation and facilities, and public works.
Thank you. Any questions? Come on, work with me, people. Go ahead, Deputy Mayor Densham.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, I just wanted to, I noted in the rec report that we have a new student employed, Corey Branchot, so congratulations to her, and that's great to see, again, a local student supporting some of the work that goes out in the Finch Arena. The other thing I noticed, I've been at a couple of the community centers lately, and I don't know that I've seen this in previous years, but there's sidewalk closed signs for lack of snow. Is that new?
Yes, it is. We maintain the public sidewalks. If we can't guarantee we can maintain around the buildings, so we installed sidewalk closed. That way it's, reduce us any liability on not being able to maintain them to the standard as in MMS, because basically they're not public sidewalks. They are building sidewalks, but with the small staff and the liability that if we don't maintain them to the same standards we maintain our road sidewalks, that someone could basically hold us liable for a slip and fall or whatever.
Just to follow up on that, because I think the emergency exits aren't necessarily covered by that as well. And is that a concern? I don't know.
What we do, we maintain the emergency exit for access from the building, but not to use the sidewalk. So we basically will clean from the doorway out to the parking lot. But they're not the same standard as a sidewalk, basically, you don't have to maintain them to the level of service. You have to have access for them to, if there was an emergency, to exit the building.
I just wonder whether or not there's feedback from our bylaw officer or from our rec in terms of usability from the volunteer base or whatever, because again, if it's changed and everybody's happy, fine. But if it's changed and we're not providing the safe access or exit from the building, I just want to be careful that we're addressing those.
We have never done the sidewalks before, as in the buildings.
So I'll interject. So maybe we haven't done, but I'm saying the sidewalks, whether it was done by volunteer, are we talking about our rec buildings?
Yes.
So if we can't commit to clean those sidewalks, should we not just be tendering out and getting the sidewalks cleaned?
We have never done that before. We never maintain the sidewalks around the buildings.
No, but there is rec groups that were actually done by other, like third party, not, I know we haven't done it, but have not some of our rec gone, so every year we go without having sidewalks cleaned?
Basically, yes. Over the years, we have not maintained the sidewalks.
When you
as
say
in
we, you're talking about Public Works?
Public Works.
That's correct, okay. But Pierre, can you, I can't see why we wouldn't clean. This is our facilities that are public, open to the public, and if we don't clean sidewalk, like in Avonmore, would we just clean in front of the door and not the sidewalk coming from the parking lot?
That's why we install the signs, to make them clearer and
Okay, so can I get maybe,
Yeah,
Pierre.
through the chair, yes, these exit needs to be done as soon as occupancy in the hall, these exit doors got to be clear, and there's got to be a clear pathway directly to a safe place where the people can gather. So that comes from the fire marshal's office. From the past, I know Moose Creek used to hire a third party that used to do our own snow removal, and Moose Creek used to pay additional fees to get the sidewalk clear around the building. I don't know if Avonmore used to get a third party that would do the sidewalk, but I know Moose Creek used to pay a third party to do their sidewalk, because we did see the invoices coming in from the third party. So there's only two building, actually, facilities that we do have sidewalks all around. The community center is Avonmore and Moose Creek. The rest, the other facilities don't. So I don't know if we can come out with a solution. What I did today, I did send them a request through All Recreation to send me information if it's not clear when they go, and we'll keep track of what the progress is and if it gets done or doesn't get done.
go ahead, Deputy Mayor Densham.
Well, maybe just so that we can wrap it up, maybe we can ask the CAO to take this offline, and just two things that are important to me. Number one is safety, especially the emergency exits and stuff like that. And second of all, I think will be who bears the cost. Again, and this is probably a question I'll bring up for tomorrow on budget, is I didn't see snow removal as a cost in the 2026 budget, and I wasn't sure whether that was because, at least in the rec side of the world, I wasn't sure whether or not that was because we've never paid for snow removal through the rec budget, or this year because Public Works has taken some of the responsibility for that, it's now getting absorbed into the Public Works budget. I still think it should be called out into the rec budget, even if it's Public Works that's doing the cost on that, especially if in the past the rec groups were responsible for paying for that snow removal and now it disappears. I just want to have an appropriate picture of how the rec budget is portraying snow removal as part of that budget appropriately. Please.
Go ahead, Blake.
even though they were saying they're doing it, if you maintain a sidewalk as a walkway, sidewalk, they would not maintain it to the level of service that would relieve the municipality of liability. I've been seeing that, so that's why this year, basically whenever it's all brought to my attention to take everything in-house, that basically what they did in the past was not to the standard of liability against the municipality. They might clean it, they might not clean it. It'd be icy, they didn't salt it. So basically what we do, as I directed my crew to do, is to maintain the entranceways, exitways, which don't have to mean, exits don't have to be maintained as an entranceway. So basically all you have to do is be able to leave the building. It don't have to be free of all the snow, whatever. You have to be able to have access to get out of the building. But this is the reason when we looked at in the fall and talking about the municipality taking over all this stuff, that's why I installed sidewalk closed, so that we're not liable for not be able to hit the level of standard as in a sidewalk that we maintain on in the municipality across the different levels.
I'll just get, if the RCO wants to respond.
Yeah, just to respond to your request, Deputy Mayor Dencham, we'll take it internally, we'll have a conversation and make sure that we're meeting the standards that we required and get that taken care of. Thank you.
And so the minimum standards I understand and meeting, putting the liability stops, not even on the road, because we also maintain the road. So I'm saying the parking lot is also part of it. And so the big picture is, irregardless, we're responsible for the safety of the people, whether it's on the sidewalk or on the road going to, because their cars are parked in our parking lot. And if you're parked at the end of the road and you have to get from the community center to your car, there's a minimum standards regardless if it's sidewalk or parking lot, correct? So, but anyways, as I don't need the answer, Chad can take it offline. My last question is, we're talking about rec. Now with fire, is that all sorted out where because we're also looking at clearing snow for all 4 fire halls?
Yes, I believe I can guarantee that basically when we have actually one full-time, one part-time, that they start off and do parking lots, sidewalks, after the parking lots and all that, and they salt everything. So,
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Sounds good. Thank you. So that's one question. Any further questions in regards to the reports? Perfect, thank you. So that's been moved, so motion, or I'll put it to a vote. All in favor? Motion's carried to accept the reports. Moving to item 9.2, the RFT for Public Works 001-2023's extension.
So moved by Councillor Bujelli, seconded by Councillor Shane, that the Council of the Township of North Stormont accepts the proposal to extend RFT-PW-001-2023 for the supply of crushed rock and stone dust for 2026 with an increase of 2.2% with A.L. Blair Construction Limited.
Thank you. Any questions? I think that's pretty, I think we're well served, and the increase of 2.2 is just shy below of the CPI. So with that said, seeing no further questions, all in favor? Motion is carried. Moving to our municipal bylaw number 01-2026 in regards to temporary borrowing.
Moved by Deputy Mayor Dencham, seconded by Councillor McDonald. Be it resolved that bylaw number 01-2026, being a bylaw to authorize temporary borrowing, be read a first, second, and third time, passed, signed, and sealed in open council this 13th day of January 2026.
Thank you. So I think council is well aware, we do it every year just to protect taxes haven't been collected, and it's to make sure that we're maintain the services that we need. So seeing, or any further questions? Seeing none, all in favor? Motion is carried. Item 11's in regards to our correspondence, going from 11.1 to 11.18, Mr. Chair. Or, sorry, Mr. Clerk.
Through you, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Moved by Councillor Bujelli, seconded by Councillor Shane. Be it resolved that the correspondence as listed as items 11.1 to 11.17 on the agenda be received.
Thank you. So with that, go ahead, Councillor McDonald.
Just noting all the support for conservation authorities on the correspondence that we have. I did hear from people who are tracking it. There's at least 130 council resolutions passed on this that are supportive. And also happy that we were granted a delegation with the Minister of the Environment, which Frank and Steve will be attending, and possibly, I think, Councillor Bujelli, if he has time. So a very big issue that municipalities are highly engaged on, and we're excited to take that issue with us to Roma next week.
Thank you. Any further questions? Seeing none, all in favor of receiving the correspondence? Motion is carried. Well, I guess we're into scheduling of our next meeting. So we have, there's one here that's missing, the 2026 North Stormont Council meeting schedule, which is posted, as well as the showing the SDNG council meeting. So any questions in regards to that wants to bring up? I think there was already some discussion. I think we had put our frame. So that is one in regards to coming events. Anytime you go on our or the community websites, they have all the rec committees have all their events that are listed. We do not have closed. So moving on to our ratification bylaw, please.
Moved by Councillor McDonald, seconded by Deputy Mayor Densham. Be it resolved that bylaw number 02-2026, being a bylaw to adopt, confirm, and ratify council's actions at its regular meeting of January 13th, 2026, be read a first, second, and third time, passed, signed, and sealed in open council this 13th day of January 2026.
I have something to add before we ratify. I just go back. So we have the scheduling of meetings, which the whole year was posted for both counties, and but we do have scheduled meetings coming up, which is tomorrow. We have our first draft for budget meeting that will take place at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. And I believe our second January meeting will be held on, is it the 27th? So January 27th, again at 6 o'clock for our second scheduled January meeting. So just thought I'd add that to the agenda. So the ratification was read. All in favor, or any discussion? See none. All in favor. Motion is carried. And moving to adjournment, please.
Moved by Councillor Shane, seconded by Councillor Bujelli. Be it resolved that this regular meeting, adjourn at 6:17 p.m.
Any all in favor? Motion is carried.